Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here. Just hopping in after this crazy win. GWG here from Connor Bedard. Sealing the game, winning in overtime versus the Winnipeg Jets. So we will get into that right after this. Yeah, so let's get into this game here. On Wednesday night, 8 p.m. puck drop at home in the UC tonight against the Jets. Just looking at the lineup really quick, that first line of Connor Bedard, Nick Foligno, Philip Kershev, they were making it happen tonight. Definitely moving the puck, just skating the ice, keeping those feet moving, what you want to see, right? You got to keep moving out there. But solid game from that top line tonight. Definitely happy with that performance, right? Beauvillier, Dickinson, Radish, second line, making things happen. Not a lot early on, obviously, but we'll get into that. Donato, Tyler Johnson, Colin Blackwell, again playing his heart out. I think that's his third or fourth game back now, but he's been playing 110% every single game, and that's what you want to see from our guys. And for Colin Blackwell to be out that long and to see that type of effort every game so far, that's great for him and great for us, right? From Blackwell. Fourth line, again, just looking back at it with Lucas Reichel, Mackenzie Entwistle, Reese Johnson. I think it's reflecting with everyone else throughout the Hawks community, looking at Reichel on that bottom line there, you just don't want to see him play with those top four or that bottom line type of play style, right? Dump and chase, track pucks down, hunt the puck down, right? You don't see Lucas Reichel really fitting that play style very well, but thought he did have spurts of good performance tonight. I believe this was a season low of 9 minutes of ice time, so that's where you look back at the coaching staff and you're wondering, why is he playing this little of ice time when the season is a rebuilding season, right? Playing your young players, seeing what they could do throughout the lineup, but you got to put them in positions to succeed. And I don't love him on that bottom line, but he did have some flashes with Reese Johnson and Mackenzie Entwistle. But we will see what happens with that. Throughout the game, there's always a line blender, always mixing up the lines. So it definitely will happen throughout the rest of the season. So that's not set in stone at all. But looking at the decor for tonight, Alex Vlasic, Connor Murphy on that first pairing. Alex Vlasic, great to have him back, right? I believe it's his second game back now. So first game after the Christmas break, right? Just great to have him back on that first line. Completely depleted before, right? Crevier, Roos, Philip Roos was in, just depleted decor, and to have Vlasic back on that first pairing, that's great to see for him. Just getting that big ice time, making plays. Believe he made that play in overtime for Bedard there, but great to see him out there. And he's playing very, very good hockey right now. Tenorti Phillips on the second pair. Tenorti, he's a completely fine player as a veteran. Positionally, tough player, has a decent shot, but he is stuck in mud. His skating is not there right at this point. So he's definitely slowing down a bit there on that second pair. But Isaac Phillips thought he made some good plays, moving the puck. Um, and the D zone coverage thought it was pretty decent. Obviously, getting trapped in our own zone a few times here for long long spurts, long shifts, right? And you can't have that. But Korchinski, Zaitsev as a third pair. Korch thought he looked good on offense, right? Making plays in the O zone and through the neutral zone, but uh, a few times there, I caught him, that blind back pass or just throwing it to no one, right? Especially when it's going to the other team. The Jets, a few turnovers here and there, but I fully expected from him, at this point. He just got back from his absence, right? With his dad, but uh, it's nice to have him back in the lineup. Thought he played well. Just a few things that he has to clean up, and obviously we all believe that he will clean up down the line. Right, this is very early on in the season, and it's early in his NHL career. But Peter Mrazek in that tonight, it's awesome to have him fully healthy. Right, and I forgot uh, who covered this topic. It might have been Jay from CHGO, but he mentioned that you just see a different type of effort, a different type of play from the squad when Mrazek is in net, and I I think I did pick up on that also. They're just playing a little more free with the puck, getting it out of the zone, pushing it up ice. It just seems like they're moving faster when they know that he's in net. Even in like the D zone, just trying to get it out of the zone. They just have more confidence in Mrazek when he's out there, right? When Soderblom's out there, letting up a high volume of uh, goals. A few softies also, but um, you do sense a bit of a difference when Mrazek is in net. So it's definitely interesting. But the extras for today were Gutman and Crevier. So we will see how the lineup shakes out for the next game. I believe is the Dallas Stars. But just going over the game stats really quick, the numbers. Shots on goal, 38 for the Jets. Early on, I think it was like 13 minutes into this game. Hawks did not have a shot on net. I believe it was 8-0 in shots. Just rough. Not what you want to see from that long break, right? That Christmas break. Getting time off and that debacle of a loss. Losing 7-5 there against the Blues, you would think that they would come out firing, right, on all cylinders to start the game, but that was not the case. Hawks finished with 25 shots, so did load up a few more towards the end there. Face-off percentage, 53.6% for the Hawks, so that's what you want to see, right? That mid-50s, that's looking better for tonight. I believe Jason Dickinson was really good at the dot. Let's see if I can find that number on the face-offs. Jason Dickinson, and it does not say his face-off percentage, or maybe it does. 69.6% on face-off, so he was a monster at the dot. That's great to see. His value is skyrocketing right now, but he's one of those players that I think I've covered last week before that you might want to keep around for that depth because he's been excellent this year, and I thought he played pretty well last year in that weird tanking situation. Also, thought he's just a solid centerman. wherever you play him in your lineup. But definitely a guy to look for an extension right soon. But penalty minutes 8 for the Hawks, 4 for the Jets, 23 hits for the Hawks. So just 2 more than the Jets here with 21 block shots, 21 Hawks, 12 Jets, giveaways 11 Hawks, 3 Jets, takeaways 12 Hawks, 14 Jets. But just an interesting game, right? Where the numbers are basically skewed for the Jets. And if you just look at stats and graphs, right? The stat graphs, you would think that the Hawks lost 5-1 tonight, right? And that's where Connor Bedard comes into play because he took over. He went sicko mode. He went Super Saiyan here. What a treat for Christmas, right? Just to have that 2-goal game. And against the Blues, he had the Michigan goal, right? That was awesome, but it comes in that brutal loss. Obviously not his fault, but man, is that sweet. 2 goals tonight against the Jets, and OTGWG, nothing better than an overtime game winner. Like when Pat Foley was on the call, nothing better than his call for that overtime winner. But pretty decent call there by Chris Vossers tonight in overtime. Decent stuff from him. Let's see if I can check the scoring really quick. Let's see where it is. Yeah, so first goal. Bedard, he gets that crazy crease goal, right? Phil Kershev, Connor Murphy, in the blue paint, just whacking at the puck. That's about 15 minutes into that first period. Bedard whacks it a few times, tries going between the legs, gets the rebound, whacks it in, makes it 1-0. About 4 minutes into that second period, Morgan Barron, he ties it up. Good shot on a rush, wrist shot, decent shot by him. But weird, a weird shot that finds its way in there with Mrazek. I think it was just one of those slippery pucks that just finds its way through like his armpit there, right? Looks like he covered it up, but it just flutters on past his arm there. Very, very weird goal, soft goal, but it's just a really weird one, right? But that overtime goal, just looking back at it here, Hawks have it in their zone. Alex Vlasic, back left circle, gives it to Bedard, sees some space up the ice, carries it down Main Street, center ice, just snipes it, glove side, top right corner of the net. Connor Hellebuck, I mean, one of the best goalies in the league, right? Top 5 goalie, I would say. He is awesome in that. And for Connor Bedard, just to pot in 2 goals tonight, OTGWG, awesome stuff. Can't ask too much from Connor tonight. Let's see if I could find his shots on net really quick just to check on his stats. Connor Bedard, 2 shots. Let's see how many shots. He had 5 shots on net. So that is what you want to see. Definitely 2 hits for Connor. And I believe the first hit he had was pretty decent. Got some decent contact there, but throwing his body around a little, and you don't want to see that all the time, but it's nice to see him get engaged like that. Just a lot of heart from Connor, man. It's awesome to see what he's doing this year, right? So I believe it's 32 points in 34 games now. Leading rookies, right? Just awesome stuff for him to do what he's doing with this type of roster, with his line that's always rotating, right? It's just not consistent, but it's amazing seeing him elevate his line mates, right? Making other players better. That's great stuff from him. Uh, Almost 19 minutes of ice time, 18:53, a few penalties here and there, but I believe that was leading the forwards, or maybe not. No, that was uh, third in ice time for forwards under Nick Foligno and Jason Dickinson, right? For the PK, I bet that's why, but great stuff. Yeah, so we will probably see Soderblom in net soon, unless we have a little time. I can check really quick on what that next game is looking like for the Hawks, and I believe it's the Dallas Stars. Um, let's take a look really quick. Next game is something right around here. And I believe we have the Stars back to back. So little weird uh, schedule coming up. Yeah, so the 29th. So that is Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time against the Dallas Stars. We get the Stars on the 31st. So New Year's Eve, that'll be fun. Stars, great team, right? And we will preview that. A little news coming up this week for the show. Little news update, but we will get into that later on throughout the week. Shout out to Adam Gajan on Team Slovakia with Martin Misiak getting me up at 5 a.m. to watch that Slovakia versus Switzerland game. Just keep an eye out for Adam Gajan because he's an absolute monster in net. He is a beast. His upside is definitely looking brighter than someone like Drew Comesso, which we all love, right? Decent prospect, but Adam Gajan is he is outplaying people at the World Juniors, and that's great to see against quality competition. Great lineups, right? And we'll keep an eye on Team Slovakia because I think that's the team to watch this year for the World Juniors, and to have two Hawks prospects there this year is nice. And Team USA is playing tomorrow. Don't know who they're playing, but four Hawks prospects: Gavin Hayes, Sam Renzel, Oliver Moore, and Frank Nazar. I believe Nazar was the 2C last game, so definitely going to be up for that game tomorrow on the 29th of December here, Thursday. I might have to double check on that time, but I think it's 10 a.m. Central Time, so Chicago time. But keep an eye out for the World Juniors and the Hawks prospects. But we will definitely have an update on that this week because World Juniors is awesome stuff. Definitely have to keep an eye out for that stuff. But yeah, so keep an eye on the Twitter, YouTube. Always have the updates from the beat immediately, post game, anywhere, anytime that there's news, we're gonna have it up. So keep an eye out for that, and we will be back very soon. Let's go Hawks.